Can you solve all these cost accounting questions? Imputed cost is a
Strong choice. Notional cost is right. Inventoriable cost. Right again. Product cost is valid.
dash is the wide term.
Right choice. Cost accountancy is best.
Salaries are usually a
Well picked. Fixed cost is correct.
ingredients are usually a
Perfect. Variable cost is the one. Warehouse rent is a part of. Clear logic. Distribution overhead is sound. Which center controls costs? Great thinking. Cost center is right.
dash cost is fixed per batch.
Nice selection. Setting up is correct. Warehousing cost is an item of. Solid response. Distribution overhead is valid.
Factory rent is a part of a dash.
On track. Factory overhead is correct. Total revenue, total cost equal to dash. Excellent. Profit is well reasoned.
Too little inventory leads to dash.
Smart move. Frequent reordering is accurate answer.
Bin card is a record of dash only.
Valid point. Quantity is true.
Another word for financial cost is
Excellent choice. Expense is right. For chemical, dash will be cost unit. Well done. Letter is right. Primary users are internal managers. Bravo. Management accounting is the answer.
dash cost is decided scientifically.
Well reasoned. Standard is correct.
Also known as non-manufacturing cost.
Good job. Period cost works well.
Overheads are also known as dash cost.
Great job. Indirect is accurate.
Which one is production overhead cost?
Smart pick. Indirect labor is correct. The nature of financial accounting is correct. Historical is spot on. Dash cost is used for controlling cost. Nice work. Standard cost fits perfectly.
Calculate total cost per unit for 3FS.
You got it. RM 40 fits.
Work certified is valued at dash price.
Correct response. Contract is accurate.
Which one is an example of a fixed cost?
Sharp thinking. Rates is right. Average return on investment dispute juga. You're right. Accounting Mahod is correct.
Calculate cost per machine hour for 3S.
Exactly. ARM20 makes sense.
Who is most likely to use process costing?
Good thinking. Soda company is right.
Something that you cannot survive without?
Nicely done. Need is solid. Liters were used to ascertain cost of dash. You chose petrol. Correct. Which center focuses on generating revenue? Exactly. Revenue center makes sense.
How many cost of inventories that you know?
Great thinking. 4 is right. What is the total overhead cost for job 123? Valid point. ARM 250 server is true. Which of the followings is not variable cost? You're right. Factory rental is correct. dash cost represents what the cost should be.
Nice selection. Standard is correct.
Which method is the weakest but easiest to do?
Bravo.
Tim is the answer.
Straight line depreciation on factory building. Smart pick. Fixed cost is correct.
Which one is not part of inventory holding cost?
Good thinking. Ordering cost is right. Calculate cost per direct labor hour for 3Fs. Nicely done. Arm 10 is solid. Cost unit applicable for bus transport business. Correct. Passenger kilometer is spot on.
What is incurred in the creation of the product?
Good job. Variable cost works well. Any cost that cannot be traced back to a product. Smart move. Indirect cost is accurate answer. Variable cost change dash with change in output. Well picked. Proportionality is correct. Product cost per unit for standard product orders. Solid response. RP 127.750 is valid. The total of all direct expenses is known as dash. Well reasoned. Prime cost is correct. Which center manages profits and invested capital? Sharp thinking. Investment center is right.
What is the Algazi's indirect cost allocate rate?
Right again. Arm 30 Any object for which costs or measures are assigned. Excellent. Cost object is well reasoned. A shareholding of less than 50% in another company. On track. Minority interest is correct. The cost per equivalent unit for direct materials is. Correct response. Army 200 is accurate. Costs that do not vary with output. Great job. Fixed costs is accurate. What is the amount at which the product is to be sold? You got it. Selling price fits. The rent of a factory is classed as what type of cost? Strong choice. Indirect expense is right. Bonus, who is the lab lecturer? Your cost accounting. Perfect. Hedianto is the one. Which method is not included in the traditional method? Right choice. Tanem is best. It is expired costs with producing any revenue benefit. Nice work. Expenses fits perfectly. What type of users does managerial accounting focus on? You chose company management. Correct. Which method is used in hospitals for determining cost? Well done. Operating costing is right. Property taxes and insurance are which category of cost? Clear logic. Facility level is sound. KD equal to cost of debt and key the real cost of debt after tax. Excellent choice. KD equal Toki is right. Economic order quantity is a tool for controlling dash. Well done. Inventory is right. Which among the following is not a part of product cost? On track. Selling overhead is correct. If the landlord increases a firm's rent, then this cost is. Excellent choice. Fixed is right. Can we plan, control, and reduce cost with cost accounting? Right choice. Yes is best.
Patient nights is the cost unit to ascertain cost of dash. Sharp thinking. Hospital is right. Administration overheads are recovered as a percentage of. Solid response. Works cost is valid. It is sacrificed resource to achieve a specific objective. Great job cost is accurate. The wages of a supervisor are treated as which type of cost? Bravo! Indirect labor is the answer. The basic purpose of a responsibility accounting system is clear logic, motivation is sound. The cost your company incurs each month in order to operate. Valid point. Expenses is true. The payment made to the following is cost of direct labor. Smart pick. Machinist is correct. For conversion cost, the equivalent units of production are 1580 works well. Dash is a difference between standard cost and actual cost. Exactly. Cost variance makes sense. The estimated expenses of budgeted production refers to the. You got it. Budgeted cost fits. Fundamental beliefs that are worthwhile and important to you. Nice selection. Values is correct. Which method is the most powerful but difficult to implement? Good thinking. Cup is right. When no production occurred, this item total cost equal to 0. Correct. Variable cost is spot on. The value of the next best alternative when a decision is made. Great thinking. Opportunity cost is right. How much is the selling and administration cost for client 457? Strong choice. RM 980 Hausers is right. Which of the following is an example of a fixed cost for a cafe? Well picked. Manager's salaries is correct. The following are examples of the costs of holding stock except. Nice work. Purchase cost fits perfectly. It is a cost that expires without producing any revenue benefit. Well reasoned. Losses is correct. The techniques and the process of ascertaining costs is known as. Perfect. Costing is the one. Dash is the cost associated with giving up one thing for another. Nicely done. Opportunity cost is solid. Which center deals with controlling costs and generating revenue? Or you're right. Profit center is correct. The benefit given up when one alternative is chosen over another. Correct response. Opportunity cost is accurate. For exercising control over cost, the best system is dash costing. Excellent. Standard is well reasoned. Dash is in relation to which cost may be ascertained or expressed. Smart move. Cost unit is accurate answer. What is the hourly cost of City Afia's work to El Ghazi & Co? Right again, 1 on 3333 is valid. Calculate fixed overhead costs per unit cost to produce the chair. You chose Amtendo, correct? Inventory valuation can be performed based on below method except. On track, standard cost is correct. Is the assignment of accountability for costs or production results? Good thinking. Responsibility accounting is right.
The cost of paying for electricity included in what cost component? Right again. Indirect is valid. The method of costing used to ascertain the cost of a batch is called. Valid point. Batch costing is true. Stock turnover ratio is calculated between cost of goods sold and dash. You got it. Average stock fits. Additional cost associated by producing one additional unit of product. Smart pick. Marginal costs is correct. Product defects caused by consumers. Repair fees will be charged to dash. Well reasoned. Order is correct. When there is no production, the total manufacturing cost is equal to dash. Great job. Fixed cost is accurate. A factor involved in the cost of inventory that is outdated is considered. Solid response. Obsolescence is valid. Following are the examples of unit measurement in cost accounting, except
Perfect. Monetary value is the one.
the change in total product resulting from a change in a variable input is. Nice work. Marginal product fits perfectly. Which heading up? Production royalties will be recorded in a cost statement.
Correct. Prime costs is spot on.
At zero output on a break-even chart, the total cost line will always start. Strong choice. Where the fixed cost line starts is right. Process of tracing direct costs and allocation of indirect costs is known as. Nice selection. Cost assignment is correct. A process cost system would be used for all of the following products except.
Excellent choice. Motion pictures is right.
Raw materials cost for a steel manufacturer are an example of its dash costs. Nicely done. Variable is solid. What functional area maintains the recording and listing of plant equipment? Smart move. Accounting is accurate answer. Compensation of all manufacturing labor that can be traced to the cost object. Correct response. Direct labor is accurate. Costs that remain the same in total regardless of changes in the activity level. Exactly. Fixed cost makes sense. Dash is location, person or item of equipment for which cost may be ascertained.
Sharp thinking. Cost center is right.
This budget shows both the quantity and cost of direct materials to be purchased. Bravo! Direct materials is the answer. Business experiences a dash when the cost price is greater than the selling price. Great thinking. Loss is right. Cost incurred by undertakings which do not manufacture any product but services is. Excellent. Operating cost is well reasoned. Costs that possess characteristics of both fixed and variable cost are called dash. Right choice. Semi-variable cost is best. The concept of outsourcing services to countries with lower labor costs is known as. Clear logic. International outsourcing is sound. According to CIMA England, the technique and process of ascertaining cost is called. Well done. Costing is right. Cost accounting is important to the management in determining the dash of their product. You chose selling price. Correct. Cost that cannot be changed by any present and future decision, therefore irrelevant cost. You're right, sunk cost is correct. Which of the following considers an economic quantity for the purpose of cost reduction? Good job, batch costing works well. If the business in question sold 100,000 units during the year, its variable cost per unit equaled.
Well picked. Pound 1.25 is correct.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Smart pick. Contact Naran Changda is correct.